We're going to have a wonderful trip on this speech. Who here used a GPS when you want to go to a destination? Raise your hand if you have ever used a GPS when you're going to a destination. Perfect, especially if you've never been there. We need to know how to get there. So what that happens on our life. When we have goals, if we know where we're going, we know what to do next. So the first thing we do when we have a GPS is we put the address. And that will be the first step to get to our dream life. We have to imagine how that dream life is going to be. And if we tell the GPS we are going to Miami, it's just gonna drop us at any street in Miami. So we have to be as specific as we can. And it's the same with our goal or our dream life. We have to imagine it exactly how we wanted it to be so we can get there easier. So there are a couple of things that I have as a guide. So the first one will be to find exactly a location, a place, the time where you want to get and how you're planning on getting there. So that will be the first step, having an exact dream life, imagine it perfectly and put it on your GPS system, meaning where you're going to be. And I'll write it down. I prefer to write things down. So the first thing will be to write down where you're going. That will be the address we're putting on our GPS. The second part will be putting it, as we put it, the GPS will give us a bunch of steps. So since we don't have a GPS for our dream life, we will be the ones thinking about what will be the next steps we have to take. As we know the destination, so we start to think, okay, I have to get there. How can I get there? I have to do this, I have to do that. So we write down all the steps that we need to take. We probably don't know all of them at once, but we for sure know most of them, or the big milestones that we need to achieve or to get to our dream life. So think about the steps that you're going to take, write them down, and that will be like the instructions that the GPS give us and the route we have to take to get to our destination. And just so we know, the destination is not always a straight line. We don't have an instructions from our GPS. Usually there is just one straight line unless we're just going across the street or a couple of blocks away from where we are. When we have a big dream and a big destination, we have to take into account that we will have detours and it will not be a straight line. So don't get discouraged if you are not going on a straight line. So the first step, remember, we have to put the address. The second, we have to write down the steps of how we're going to get there. And that leads me to the third part, that it is following the steps. And that is one of the most important parts, because we could have the perfect dream life. We could have the steps, but if we don't follow the steps, if we don't take action, we will never get there. If we're sitting in a parking lot with our GPS, we already have the address, we already know where we're going, and if we don't start the car and drive, are we gonna get to our destination? We're not gonna get to our destination if we don't take action. So taking action and sticking with our steps is gonna be key to get to your dream life. And just keep into account that taking the steps is not gonna be easy. Sometimes some steps are gonna be harder than others. So don't judge yourself if you have a hard time trying to follow a step or to start. Is not always easy to start our journeys, but if we don't start, we're not gonna get anywhere. So to recap, we're going to have our address on our GPS to know where we're going, our steps to know exactly how we're gonna get there, and we're going to take action. If we don't take action, if we don't know our steps, And if we don't know where we're going, it's very hard to get, to achieve, and to arrive to our lovely destination of our dream life. Who is ready to put the address, take the steps, and take action to their dream life?